Welcome back to Let's Make a Game, a channel about making computer role-playing games using the free program Twine and the Sugarcube format for Twine. In this video, I would like to continue talking about my current project of trying to code a complete dungeon crawl in 25 days. It is day 5 of the 25-day challenge. Today, I would like to show you the small amount that I have coded, and once I've gone through that, we'll look at the actual code. We won't get through the entire code, we'll have to continue in a future video. So this is the opening screen. We have these figures here, which when we hover over them tell us that they represent a warrior and a wizard. These figures happen to be male, but we can click on there to change them back between male and female. There's no difference mechanically, they're just different pictures. We click on these pictures to add characters to our party. We can also click on big pictures to get rid of them. The leftmost slot is where the player character is stored, and that does have some mechanical effects. For example, if this character dies, the game will continue, but if the player character dies, the game ends immediately. Once you're happy with your party, as long as you've got a character in this slot to be the player character, you can press continue and it will suggest some names. You can change these names as much as you want. You can also ask the program to generate some new names for you. You can do that as many times as you want. You can also say, actually on second thoughts, I want a larger party or a smaller party, so we'll go back to this screen and add or subtract members, but eventually, hopefully, you will be happy with both the makeup of your party and the names of your party, and so you will press continue. And it takes you to a blank screen. Of course, in the finished game, it won't take you to a blank screen, it'll take you to the main part of the game, where you interact with the part of the dungeon that you're currently in. So let's have a look at the code. There are 6 passages, but only 4 of them have any code in them. Story caption is a special title in Twine. If you make a passage called story caption, spelt exactly that way with no space and the capital letters where they are, whatever is in that passage will execute in the sidebar. I'm probably going to have something in the sidebar, if only stopping it showing that dungeon crawl text and probably having a logo instead. But I haven't got to that. It's probably something I'll do last because it's a sort of visual thing. It's not really necessary for the game to work, but I've created that to sort of remind me. And explore is where the main part of the game will take place. We go there from names, but I haven't coded anything yet. So we've only got 4 passages that have anything in them, and the flow of the program is basically from left to right. Initialize sets up the variables. Recruit party is where you add or remove members of your party. Find next slot is a little algorithm that finds the next blank slot in the party array. Names, of course, is where you choose your name, or just take the ones that it randomly generates for you, and then it'll go to explore. So you basically go from this one to this one to this one to this one. So let's have a look at the variables. How do we keep track of our party? Well, we need to keep track of the class of each member of the party. So we have the class array. This keeps track of class as text rather than as numbers, so it doesn't say 1 and 2 and stuff. It says warrior or wizard. I think that will make the coding a little bit easier to follow, because it'll say things like, if class such and such equals warrior, then do something. And it'll be easy for someone looking at it, or me looking at it later, to go, this is a warrior's special ability, and same for wizards. This is the names of the available classes. This is used for which set of small characters is displayed on the screen in the recruit party passage. This is the gender of the characters, used for which picture we display. Max_party is the maximum party size. This is used when randomly generating the names, and this is also used when randomly generating the names. Next underscore slot is which empty slot do we fill in the class screen. Sorry, it says choose class screen. It should be recruit party. Sorry about that. And that's what find next slot refers to. Then we have name, which is another array giving the names of the characters. And finally, as usual, temporary variables, Z, Y, X, and W so far. And that seems to be all we have time for this time. So I will leave it there. We'll continue talking about the code in the next video. I hope that was useful or interesting to at least some of you, and I hope you will tune in next time.